Good afternoon, I'm John McMahon. Thanks for joining us. To ban or not ban fireworks? That was the question at last night's Phoenix City Council meeting. Because of those wildfires, Siskiyou County Public Health is putting out a health advisory because of the air quality. Ahoy, Tyler, that's right. I am back at the Pirates and Parrots show here at the Expo, where I'm actually joined by Chris Bureau, who really is the show here at Pirates and Parrots. But the main thing here is that outside of the show here, Chris is a huge conservationalist and really helps these parrots out. Chris, tell me a little bit about your nonprofit here. Luckily, Florence hasn't blown up any whales since. Nowadays, when whales wash up on shore, they're either buried or dragged back out to sea with no need for any dynamite.
Especially if you're fully vaccinated.
Vaxxed and relaxed. We're there. We're good.
Vaxxed and relaxed.
Second
I like
dose
that.
is soon, so yeah.
I try to sell that.
In California, the state budget was projected to be $54 billion short before the pandemic. Only now, Governor Gavin Newsom says the state has a surplus of nearly $75 billion.
So where did all of that money come from? Liz Gonzalez looked into it and where that money is going.
From the eye of fire to an open portal from hell. That's how people describe this explosive encounter over in the Gulf of Mexico. Take a look at this. Still coming down here on Mount Ashland. I'm about 3.5 miles up. Well, there's a light dusting on the road, and the OHA is now changing one of those rules about wearing a mask while playing sports. This is due to a recent incident when a high school athlete collapsed at the finishing line while wearing a mask. Medication to ease her mama llama trauma, and also reunited with the rest of her travel companions. Mama llama trauma. That's right, Tyler. Good morning. I am actually on top of the giant wheel here at the Expo, and I'm going to try my best to not really look down. So, let's just jump right into that concert business. We're back on Oregon Outdoors here with Mark Freeman. Mark, we're doing one of your favorite things, fishing on the company dime.
I know, it's like I'm doing what I do best.
And as you can see right now, there's not a whole lot of people here. But if there would be a word of the day, it's masks, masks, masks. The federal mask mandate went into effect on February 1st. Let's go to some breaking news this morning. This morning, Medford police officers were dispatched to a business alarm at the Allergy and Asthma Center located at 3860 Crater Lake Avenue. Hospitals just like this in Josephine County will be getting $4.4 million in grant money. 24 people are confirmed dead and 121 are still missing. Manuel Bajorquez reports from Surfside. Over the weekend, Allie and I took our talents off screen and onto the canvas. And the results are, well, we'll let you guys decide.
I think they're pretty great.
Yeah,
Look at that.
That's Allie's
art.
depiction of me.
That's what I think you look like.
Yep.
And
there's Big Al. And the city of Weed is urging residents to consider their water usage. They say there's no need to panic. However, because of the wildfires burning around the region, the city's water levels are extremely low. This is Xena. She is a 15-year-old double yellow-headed Amazon. She's one of many birds here at the Pirates and Parrots show at the Expo. A sweet giveaway. Is this thing actual size? Allie, what are we looking at here?
I mean, as you can see, we're looking out of a camera and we can see the smoke that's out there.
One of those days, huh? All right, cool. All righty. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I hope everyone else is. We'll see Mark later on this week. So Tyler, who do you think is going to win, Godzilla or Kong? What's your pick here?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go Kong.
We had one big fight this weekend, McGregor-Poirier, and now we have new details on the Jack fire in Douglas County. It's now up to 15% containment and is just over 12,500 acres. Right now, level 3 evacuation orders remain in place. State Highway 138 East from Steamboat Creek to milepost 55 is closed. A lot of fun stuff here, really cool birds. Come down here and you can see Charlie and you can see us dressed as pirates. Reporting at the Expo, I'm John McMahon. Well, you might be able to see behind me some crews are still setting up for the headliner tonight. That headliner being Matt Stell. The whole thing kicks off at 7 p.m. Coming up tonight on News 10, a project over a year in the making is now opening its doors, bringing numerous opportunities for that furry friend at home. Plus, a fire relief bill that will benefit local residents who lost their home in the Alameda fire. And as the excessive heat continues, our four-legged friends are at a high risk. I spoke with one local veterinarian about the best ways to keep your pets safe. Much of the Pacific Northwest is in a heat wave, and while some of us can beat the heat, our pets may have a more difficult time. With temperatures over 100 degrees, sidewalks and walkways turn into hot plates for our four-legged friends.
Once the air temperature gets into the 80s, the cement and asphalt temperature is well over 100, 110, 113. And you can literally fry an egg in 5 minutes at 131 degrees. So just imagine trying to walk barefoot on that.
This picture was taken just outside the KTVL studio, with the air temperature being 96 degrees and the pavement temperature clocking in at a whopping 153, well over a comfortable temperature. Dr. Winters also mentions that although a dog may not be distressed because of the surface temperature, it doesn't necessarily mean damage isn't being done to their paws.
The surface of the pads don't have a lot of nerve endings. It's kind of like their shoe, but once they start feeling it, there's already damage done to the outer layers of the pad, and it's already starting to affect the inner pad.
In addition to burns, our pets can also experience heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Winters recommends keeping pets inside, in the shade, and to have a constant water source in order to keep them safe. Reporting in Jackson County, I'm John McMahon.
News 10's John McMahon was there and has what to expect this fire season.
Representatives from the Rogue Valley Fire Chiefs Association, Bureau of Land Management, the U.S. Forest Service, and more gathered at the ODF Southwest District headquarters in Central Point and stressed that this year was an all-hands-on-deck effort from each organization.
From your smallest rural fire district up in Prospect, Green Springs, or Wolf Creek, down to the valley floor, we're all engaged, working together, and we're going to come to the fight.
Last year's devastating fire season was a learning curve for many in the area, and the crews plan to use what they did last year to more efficiently fight fires this time around.
We were doing front loading of staffing on red flag days. We will continue to do those operations in order for preparation to do the best we can with the resources we have that are allocated within our organization as well as the joint partners in the community.
Factors like additional staffing, helicopters, and trucks are being taken into consideration. However, officials stress vigilance among the community in order to stop the start of fires.
We don't need any human-caused fires this year. Mother Nature is giving us a hard enough time, so we're asking everybody to do their part to help protect our local communities and our public lands.
Reporting in Central Point, I'm John McMahon.
News 10's John McMahon spoke with experts on what to expect and what to do to be fire safe.
Crews continue to mop up the Ponina fire with fire lines and containment under control, but weather conditions and wind in the area over the coming days could prove to be difficult in keeping that fire and potentially other fires from spreading.
The afternoon relative humidity that we are seeing is what we would normally see in summertime, and it's spring. So that combined with these winds drying everything out, really not great as far as fire season is concerned, especially if a fire were to get started. It could spread very rapidly.
Crews in Klamath County are taking these factors into consideration as they continue to mop up. ODF spokesperson Jennifer Case explains what the crews are doing to keep the fire at bay.
Firefighters out there have been focusing on strengthening containment lines. They started mop up, earlier this week, and they were their goal was 100 feet within the fire perimeter around the boundary.
Still, Case said people in the area need to remain vigilant in preventing fires as summer quickly approaches and temperatures start to heat up.
I advise folks to use their resources and also just to, be aware of weather, as it doesn't take much, for a wildfire to spread, especially right now.
Reporting in Jackson County, I'm John McMahon.